Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be diving into the world of cinema cameras, and we are going to start with the Red Scarlet-X. So I'm going to talk about how much it costs and all the accessories that I bought for it, the reason why I bought it in 2024, so that you can see if it is worthy for you too as well. Then I'm going to talk about the specs and the quality of this camera, showing you some footage that I have shot on it ever since I got it. As a filmmaker, I've had the opportunity to use the Red Scarlet-X camera extensively for the past 1 month on a few projects, and I'm excited to share my thoughts with you. Let's kick things off with the price. Getting into the Red cinema camera realm has always been a dream of mine, but the high price of Red cinema cameras has always been a big obstacle. So I searched everywhere for the cheapest Red cinema camera options, and I found two: the Red One MX and the Red Scarlet-X. And the best part, both of them are priced just under $3,000 US. Now, comparing the two, I found the Red One to be too old-fashioned, heavy, and its design didn't really appeal to me. So I opted for the Red Scarlet-X, which I got for around $3,000. With import and shipping fees included, the total for the brain, which came with the lens mount in the front, was around $4,000 US. The brain itself is just this box that can't do much on its own. So you need to get some accessories in order to get to a point where you can actually film anything with it. So the first accessory that I got was the monitor. So I got the Red Pro 5-inch LCD touchscreen for around $1,045 second hand. Then I also added the side handle for around $230 second hand as well. For storage, it uses Red Max 1.8 inches, so I bought a 128 gig card for around $550, along with the Red Station Red Mag card reader for around $95. I also purchased two Red Volt batteries for around $240, both with the charger for around $30. However, I found out that the Red Volt batteries only last about 30 minutes on a single charge. So to increase my filming time, I had to add 4 Dynacore V-Lock batteries for around $315 each, totaling $1,260 plus the charger for around $250. In order for you to use the V-Lock batteries on the Red cinema camera, you need a D-tap cable or a V-Lock adapter. So I opted for this Max T-Box power supply adapter. It has batteries inside, so it is very good to hot swap the V-Lock batteries without having to switch off the camera, and I bought it for around $841 US. You also need a cage to mount various things around the camera, and I went with this cheapest cage that I could get that includes a top plate, top handle, and a base plate for around $540. Lastly, you need a lens, and my favorite for this camera is the Sigma 18 to 35mm f1.8, which costs around $640. So roughly speaking, I've spent nearly $10,000 on this camera setup. This estimate doesn't even include some of the import and shipping fees on some items, so the actual cost could be much higher. And it's worth noting that I purchased almost everything second-hand on eBay, which helped me to keep the overall cost down. The actual prices of some of this stuff could be much higher. The real question though is, why did I spend nearly $10,000 US on a 13-year-old camera, a camera that is a teenager, when there is more affordable, newer options like the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, the Canon C70, the Sony FX3, or even the Sony FX6. Reason number one, and it's very funny, I actually wanted a camera that could reignite my passion for creative filmmaking. So let me explain. Before I started making videos, I was a photographer using those old analog SLR film cameras to create photographs. Now, those cameras that we were using at that time, or analog cameras, often have fewer features and settings than digital cameras, right? Which forced me as a photographer to focus more on things like composition, lighting, and timing of everything, leading to more thoughtful photographs. While advanced features and automation of digital cameras can lead to a reliance on technology rather than focusing on creative aspects such as composition, lighting, and creative storytelling. So shooting with those old analog SLR cameras requires a slower and more deliberate approach, as each shot must be carefully considered due to limited number of exposures on a RAW, which led to more thoughtful and intentional photography. No room for error. One mistake, it's a loss. While the ease of post-processing with digital images can lead to a mindset of, you know what, I'll fix it later in post, than getting the shot right in camera, potentially diminishing the importance of careful planning and execution on shoots. Something that I feel like I got carried away in these digital cameras, and everything was just really happening fast, So even though digital cameras offer many benefits and advancement in filmmaking, they can also present challenges in terms of limiting creativity if not used thoughtfully and intentionally. So after using DSLR cameras for quite some time, like I said, I felt like I got caught up in chasing the best camera features and settings, which made my videos look more technical than creative, Therefore, I needed a camera that would slow me down a bit, allowing me to pay more attention to details of my shoots and other creative aspects of videography. This includes being intentional with every shot, focusing on good lighting, creating great compositions, and timing everything perfectly. That's why for me, there was no better camera to help me with that than the Red Scarlet-X, avoiding that mentality of I'll fix this in post and getting everything right straight from the camera. That was my main goal. And the second reason why I got this camera over here, the Red Scarlet-X, is for its image quality. Most videographers have mixed feelings about this camera. Some find it too big and challenging to use. Others criticize its age and lack of advanced features. Some complain about its performance in low light conditions, and others say its autofocus capabilities are not that good. However, one thing that they all agree on, and I agree with it myself, is the exceptional image quality it delivers. The video quality is sharp and the texture is very distinct and filmic, making it a true digital cinema camera. For example, I shot this video with the Lumix GH5 in this location. The quality is good, no doubt. Then I shot with this Red Scarlet-X sensor in the same location. Now, look at the difference in video texture and the film-like appearance. In fact, in my next video, I'll do a more detailed comparison between the Red Cinema camera and the DSLR, the Lumix GH5. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss when that video is released. I also shot this video with the Red Scarlet-X. Notice how sharp the image is without looking digital. It has accurate color reproduction, which is a standout feature of the Red Cinema camera lines. This is especially evident in this video, which I shot in the club with many different colored lights. Pay attention to the video texture and how the color reproduction, especially on the skin tone, it is still really very good. And if you are wondering, what are the specs for this 13-year-old teenage cinema camera? When it comes to the resolution, it shoots 5K up to a useless 12 frames per second, 4K up to 30 frames per second, 3K up to 48 frames per second, and 2K up to 60 frames per second. It has a 14 megapixel Mysterium X Super 35 sensor with a dynamic range of 13.5 plus stops of dynamic range, up to 18 stops with the HDR-X, and it uses Red Code RAW format. For a 13-year-old camera with these specs, I feel like it was ahead of its time. While newer cameras may have higher resolution and frame rate, improved dynamic range, and better low light performance, the Red Scarlet-X still produce high-quality videos that meet the standards of professional filmmaking. The third reason why I got the Red Scarlet-X sensor cinema camera is its brand reputation. You know, Red is known for producing high-quality cameras used in professional filmmaking. By getting into the Red ecosystem, I want to send a message. I want to send a signal to my audience and my peers that I am committed to achieving the highest standard of quality in my work. The other thing is industry respect. You know, Red has earned a strong reputation within the filmmaking industry. So using a Red cinema camera, especially the one that looks like the Red Scarlet-X, can enhance a filmmaker's credibility and status among industry professionals. Then, like I said at the beginning, creative freedom when you are using a camera like the Red Scarlet-X. You know, the Red Scarlet-X's reputation for image quality and flexibility gives me the confidence to explore my creative vision. Knowing that I'm using a trusted and respected tool gives me inspiration to push my boundaries and create innovative content. I just really hope it makes sense there. On the flip side, we can also talk about future opportunities. Like I said in my course, Videography Business, investing in good and high-end equipment will also attract very good clients. So filmmakers who use RED cameras such as the Red Scarlet-X may be more likely to attract future opportunities such as collaboration with other professionals or projects that requires high-quality equipment. You know, the reputation of the Red cinema camera brand can open doors for new and exciting projects. That is one thing that I looked at. Overall, I can say that getting the cheapest Red cinema camera like this Red Scarlet-X due to Red brand reputation is important because it not only reflects the filmmaker's commitment to quality, but also opens up opportunities and enhances their standing within the filmmaking community. I have already done 4 projects that came due to the fact that I now owned a Red cinema camera, and people don't really care what model. The moment they just hear that you have the Red cinema camera, you'll be an option. Now, after everything that I have spoken about, should you also get the Red Scarlet-X? Now, whether or not you should get the Red Scarlet-X depends on your specific needs and budget. Here are some of the factors that you need to consider before making a decision to get this camera. Number 1 is the niche of videography that you are in. If you are into events type of videography, you definitely don't need this kind of a camera. You know, it's heavy, it is very slow. In fact, it takes about 16 seconds just to switch on. So if you are into content creation for social media or YouTube, travel videos, vlogs, if you are doing videography gigs that will only be distributed on social media, or gigs like wedding videos that will primarily be viewed on a client's personal device, you don't need such kind of a camera like the Red Scarlet-X. Any DSLR camera that has got specifications that you yourself want. You know, it's very important to know the specifications that you want. Don't just say, oh, the camera, then you just go and buy it. You know, you have to go through what types of settings, what types of resolutions, what type of, you know, things that you really need from a camera. So any DSLR camera for such kind of project will do the job, especially if your filmmaking skills are good, and people won't even tell the difference when you post such kind of videos on social media or on the client's devices. You know, they will not really pixel peep to see whether you shot on the Red or a DSLR camera. Such projects just use DSLR cameras. However, if your projects are destined for TV, such as music videos, documentaries, you know, commercials or Netflix features, then investing in a camera like the Red Scarlet Mysterium X would be more justified. Secondly, consider your budget as well. The Red Scarlet-X is a professional grade camera with a significant price tag. Although it is one of the more affordable options in the Red cinema camera line, ensure that it fits within your budget and that you are comfortable investing in this level of equipment. And also, just as a side note, while the Red Scarlet Mysterium X cinema camera is a great camera, there are also other alternatives that you could look at, you know, that offer similar features at a lower cost, such as the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 6K, the Sony FX30 or the FX3, and other cinema cameras. So you can look at those cameras as well if your budget doesn't fit the Red camera. And thirdly, you know, think about your future growth. Consider if the Red Scarlet-X aligns with your long-term goals. Investing in a Red cinema camera such as the Red Scarlet-X can be a commitment to your growth as a filmmaker, but it is also important to ensure that it aligns with your future plans and aspiration. For example, my decision to buy the Red Scarlet-X myself is because I'm planning to create short films in the future, commercial adverts, and documentaries in the future. So it aligns perfectly with my future goals. If the Red Scarlet-X aligns with your needs and you are more comfortable with the investment, it could be a valuable addition to your, filmmaking toolkit. So far, those are my views on getting the Red Scarlet Mysterium X camera. And if you are interested in learning more about filmmaking, I offer a complete comprehensive or the most complete online filmmaking courses that cover videography. Learn how to shoot cinematic videos with a DSLR camera, as well as editing, color grading, shooting music videos, filming wedding videos as well, and understand the business side of videography. Check out all my courses at ufc.unifyinventive, link in the description just below the like button. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already for the next video. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comment section. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. This is it, Mr. Y signing out. Peace.